One, two, three. We are here with the legend named Simone.
Yes, I am Miss Simone of the West Village. Hello, the one and only. Ask me, we got a lot of stuff coming up in June. I'm also with the Legends of Drag in New York City. I was the very first queen of this restaurant. Okay. Yes, I have a lot under my belt. What you want to ask me?
I heard you have traveled around the country. You've been to California.
I was in Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles working out there in West Hollywood. When my doctor told me I could no longer travel that far away because I'm epileptic, so I have to stay here in New York on the East Coast because I don't want to I ended up in a hospital down in Florida on my way to work in Miami, and I don't want that to happen again.
Who's your favorite singer?
My favorite singer, oh my God, I got so many. One of my favorite singers happens to be Rihanna. I love Rihanna. I love Katy Perry. I love Donna Summers. I love Mariah Carey.
Help me to interview her. One question I want to ask her. Her smile, right? I like her smile.
Let's see.
We're thinking about questions. You're a legend.
Well, I've done so much. I mean, we started from the piers in the 90s, and it just spread like wildfire during COVID.
Yes. Speaking on that, Auntie, let's go back to the late 90s, those wonderful shows you used to put on down at the pier, at the old pier. As some of us Generation X babies like to say, when the pier was the pier, the Christopher Street Pier. You always had such an energy, such a charisma, such a magnetism. And for those of us who know you, we know you haven't lost that. How do you keep that going?
Well, you know what? It's naturally me because I've been knowing you guys for so long, especially Diane. Oh my God, for years. It's okay. I'm a Leo, and so the sun is my ruler. I believe in the sun.
Red hot.
And so also Leos. We are like creators, artists, innovators. We
As a fellow Leo, I would completely agree with that.
Exactly. Exactly. You're a Leo too. And
Yes.
not to mention some of the famous Leos like Madonna, Obama, Bill Clinton,
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. I mean, the list goes on and on. Leos are extraordinary people. They're creators and innovators.
So, tienes porque yo también quiero estar en el video. Con ella ahí, con ella. So I'm here with Simone. I know Simone for so many years. I'm not gonna say age, but we've been so many years.
What you talking about, Dinah?
It's an honor to be here with her. Just a legend. You're old school, and the new generations should be grateful that you did something for them. They don't realize that.
Well,
You were before they came.
that's
Pioneer, definitely.
He's a pioneer.
Pioneer material, pioneer drag performance material, definitely.
Yeah. I would say for anyone, whether you're mature or whether you're adolescent, whatever, I think that you have to make your own way in life because a lot of people will always try to compare the new generation to the old one, even though the older ones were the originators of what they're partaking of. But I think that they need to find their own way, just like before it was Beyonce, it was Diana Ross. So, they happened to just pick up the baton.
And before Madonna, before Lady Gaga, there was Madonna.
Before Lady Gaga, there was Madonna. They just happened to pick up the baton and keep leading the parade. I think that you need to find your own way. You can learn from some of the people that were before you because we had a really big ball scene in New York in the 80s and 90s. It was all about fashion. It was all about glamour back then. Now today, it's like you come out with no makeup on. You have a total mess, you know. And that's really not.
Talk about the queer.
Yeah.
With the beards.
Yeah, that's.
With the beards and makeup.
Well, yeah, because
That's
back
kind of weird
then,
now.
yeah, because I was, I was with RuPaul when she first came out. So, like.
Have you met RuPaul?
Yes, I met RuPaul. In fact, we did not get along when we first met. No, but I met RuPaul. And,
Better word.
yes,
Well,
and you know what? And we're very proud of RuPaul. Yes, we are. But New York has a lot of legends.
Indeed.
A lot of legends. Oh my God, it's so much. If I go down the long list of legends.
Lady Bunny
in New
doesn't
York,
live
we
that
have-
far from here, for
Yeah,
example.
we have Kevin Avion, we
Yeah.
have Lady Bunny, we had, oh my goodness, Candace King, we've had Honey Dijon. Just the list goes on.
May
and
she
on.
rest. May they both rest in peace, Manila Luzon and Jiggly Caliente.
Karen Covergirl,
Karen, yes.
Octavia,
Yeah.
the list just goes on and on. New York is the crown jewel of the gay scene of America. And I would just say for any, if you're a performer, if you can't make it in New York, it can't be done. So, no, we're the fashion capital of the world.
Say it again, one more time.
We are the fashion capital of the world.
And if you can't make it
If you
here,
can't make it in New York, it can be done. If you're a showgirl or if you're trying to make a name for yourself and you haven't done it in New York or have did it in New York, then give it up, honey. It's not going to happen. I was a model, I'm a showgirl, I was in Vogue magazine. I was discovered by Camilla from Puerto Rico. Yes, that was my agent at the beginning of the millennium. Okay, so, you can't do all of these things here. You don't have to be beautiful. You can be a funny looking person and make your own, create your own look.
exactly.
Yeah, do your own thing and don't listen to negative people. You can do anything you want.
I see here, Simone is everywhere.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes,
Can we get a close up of that? Yes.
Vamos a hacerlo para atrás. Look at her. Tell us. Look at her. She's on the media. You don't have to put Simone from the West Village. You will find her.
I am.
Who's that?
Girl. That's me. I was also the very first girl to work for Sage Organization. Joanna Rivera hired me.
You're talking about her.
Yes.
And then I see you. Can you tell us about this picture?
Okay, we're over Sheridan Square as far as the entertainment goes. Okay, I'm the only girl, as far as I know, that they allow to do shows in Sheridan Square legally.
Yes.
Okay, it was sponsored by Parks Police, Steven, Stonewall, and
Yes.
the shows. The shows are coming this June, as they have been for years now.
So we're having yet another wonderful season of
We're having a very
Look, they got
Yes.
wonderful pictures of her.
So when is it starting on T June?
Okay, the show starts Sunday in June. That's the very first
This
show.
first Sunday?
This Sunday.
Yes.
You gotta be there.
June the first,
5
June the
o'clock.
second. Yes, June the
At 5
second.
o'clock, June the 2nd.
June the 2nd?
Starts,
So it's a Sunday.
Every
Yes.
Sunday, we go right back into Sheridan Square. We bring girls in to perform.
What is Sheridan? Oh, Sheridan is spoken by Christopher, right?
Yes.
So side note, that it's also the Sunday of Queen's Pride. So what we should be doing is getting in some Queen's Pride and then coming to see my auntie.
Yes, that's
At 5 p.m.
Back here Sunday at
What
5
time?
p.m. 5 p.m. is when the show
It's
starts.
outside.
Outside for anyone to want to come and watch the show and get up and dance.
I've been there myself.
dance
Wonderful show.
music.
Oh, I wanna go.
Wonderful
Want
show.
everybody to have a good time, leave the troubles at the gate. Even if you can't get laid, just come in and let your hands down.
Because let me tell you something. That lady right there brings the house roots down. All right.
I tried.
She's
This
everywhere.
body
I know you
has
do.
changed. This body has changed so much, but Like I always tell somebody, these tits and stuff don't come off. I am a transgender woman, so you know.
Amen.
I have
Amen.
my classes too, honey.
These things happen.
Is there one thing that I have to...
Hashtag hormones.
Yeah, that's what I have to say that Simone was we did the first trans show at the church.
Yes.
36th Street, remember?
We started the show.
And she told you how to walk 1 feet. She teach you how to walk.
Yeah, even on Christopher Street, that big gay church on Christopher Street, when we first started the shows there.
Yes.
Oh Lord, this was at the beginning, in the millennium.
In the mid 2000s,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was let me see, it was Shadeja from Los Angeles. It was what's her name?
Okay, so,
It was
Thank you.
It was Egypt LaBeija. Egypt LaBeija. It was okay. We were there. I was there before Egypt LaBeija, so she doing our show, and then she took her own show on from there. In fact, she's in the Legends of Drag with me. Her face is also on the cover of the back of the book, and she's in the book, and. So, you know, we started, it was Darnett, what's her name? Oh my goodness, Jahira McQueen. It was, oh my goodness, Miss Diva from Texas, Latino Diva from Texas. It was a lot of girls in this show. This was like in the beginning of the millennium. So we started the shows there. Then as time went on, we left and other girls came in and they kept the shows going.
So what is your opinion on the show, what's the name of this famous show? Pose. What is your opinion on that
I
show?
haven't had a chance to watch very much of it. I think that any girls that have a show, obviously it must be successful if people are watching it. You know, because you got so many girls on TV, from Laverne Cox to, oh Lord, a lot of them. I don't know. I don't really keep up with all of that. You know, I think it's successful if people are watching it. So, you know, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I'm not gonna, you know, because it's, you know, different strokes. You know, people got different tastes. So, you know, what I like, maybe others won't like, you know, or whatever.
Okay, so this was okay. To close the video, what message do you have for the new generations?
I would say for the
Especially those who are ungrateful.
Okay.
Let us be real.
I would say for the new generation is to listen to people that were there in the scene before you. I don't think that they're trying to get you to copy them. I think that they're trying to hopefully inspire you to do things for yourself. And remember that everything that you partake of just wasn't handed to you. Okay? This was all taken by people that were being discriminated against and abused. In fact, during the Stonewall riots, the very first ones to stand up against the police and fight back, a lot of them were drag queens. We didn't have transgenders back in those days. Even I wasn't back then. A lot of them were drag queens, gay men. I don't really know that much about a lesbian scene because it wasn't so much there were lesbians that were there, but the ones that were on the forefront of the entire movement were drag queens and people like that, because they were fighting for their own freedom of expression, to live their lives and do their own thing and not be bothered. In fact, it was illegal to serve gay people alcohol in those days. If you were gay, you could not go, openly gay especially, you could not drink in a bar anywhere. Now, you could be arrested.
So, what year you came out of the closet?
I was born a woman now. Look, in fact, you know what, that's an interesting question. There are no baby pictures of me. My family have never had a baby picture of me. I was very close to my dad. I was extremely close to my dad. I was never abused as a child. I was never molested as a child. You've heard all these crazy stories about gay people, but no, my parents were very good to me. I was always a girl. My whole family would tell you that.
So when you first came out, did your family accept you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, my parents, in fact, I had friends growing up. When I was growing up, I mean, I wasn't running around with ruffled dresses on, of course not. But, you know, my whole family knew all about me. I basically had, you know, a little t-shirt on, jeans like all the other kids, you know, but everybody around me knew what I was and just
Hello.
saw me as me. Saw me as me. They never treated me any differently. I had friends in school. I've never been a boy, so I don't even know what a boy is. I got brothers, you know, but my brothers will tell you the same thing. No, Simone.
Okay, let me ask you, in the transgender, in the LGBTQ family and the transgender family, in the transgender community, people say, let's say I'm Dining Martinez. That's my daughter. Do you have kids?
No, I don't. In fact, I've had.
You don't have the Simone family?
I've had some people trying to claim me as their mother. No, baby, my mother. I have a mother. I am nobody's mother. No, I am not.
So you don't have kids on the same?
No, I'm a young person. Okay, even though
You don't want to be my mother?
no, I don't want to be anyone's mother. I don't see myself as an old dinosaur. You can tell as much makeup as I got on my face. I'm very age conscious and conscious of my appearance. Oh, no way. No, I want to be ageless, okay? I don't know.
You're so funny. Listen, this center, when was the first year you came to this center?
Oh my God, I came in this center in the 90s. I remember when this center didn't look like this. I remember when this center looked like that painting on the wall over there.
Hold on,
that
hold
blue
on.
painting on the wall, that was the center.
She's talking about this painting. Yes, it used to be when the old building. That's what she's talking about. And this,
Okay, yes, that I remember when this center was that painting on the wall. I mean, all of this is new. This didn't look like this when we were here. The Keith Haring room upstairs, all of that's original. When we came in here, it was basically a building. It was a building full of gay people. You know, all was always welcome, but they made it, you know, all was welcome here, but it was like they knew it was a gay hangout because what they had in here were people from the 80s, the 70s, a lot of new ones from the 90s like myself, because as a New Yorker, I'm a 90s child because I came out in the 90s as far as partaking of the New York scene, you know.
and do you remember the piers?
I was on the piers.
They call it the strolls.
Yeah, well, okay, you had the West Side Piers and you had the meat rack or the meatpacking district. So it was two different parts of the pier. The meatpacking district was around 14th Street and 8th Avenue. The piers were wooden when we were out there. All of that was wood going out into the water. There was a drag queen at the end of one of the piers with her Puerto Rican boyfriend that used to deal party favorites for the girls coming from the meat stroke, if you know what I mean. An old girlfriend of mine, we started a show out there with a boom box. Back then, everybody was carrying the boom boxes with the 8-track tapes and stuff like that. That was when people were spinning on their backs doing the hip hop scene on a piece of rug. You know, it was all about hip hop, early hip hop back then. So we started a show out on the West Piers. You know, I told my girlfriend, wouldn't it be cool if we had a little show out here for the people to enjoy? And that's how all of this got started in Sheridan Square.
Sheridan Square, okay.
It started from the West Side Pier.
Hi.
You know,
So, do you know anybody? I heard that in the 90s they used to throw people on the river, Hudson River.
Okay, Marsha P. Johnson was found, she was found floating in the Hudson River. She was murdered. Okay.
Did you know them?
I heard of Marsha, but I succeeded Marsha in Sheridan Square. Okay, so we keep her memory alive through me.
So, did you meet her?
No, she was dead before I met her. Marsha was a lot older than me. I mean, she was murdered and thrown in the Hudson
Did you know?
River.
Do you know Sylvia?
Sylvia, I met Sylvia Rivera before she died. Yes.
Did you hang out one day together?
No, Sylvia Rivera was a little old white Latino Puerto Rican woman when I met her. So Marsha was around her age. That was way before my time. And so when we had brought the show into Sheridan Square, we did it in honor of Marsha P. Johnson to keep her memory alive in Sheridan Square. And I succeeded her. Our movie also goes in the museum, the History Museum on Christopher Street on the 22nd of June.
What?
The movie of Sheridan Square starring Miss Simone goes in the museum.
What's the
on
name of the
Christopher
movie?
Street. It's called Sheridan Square of Simone West Village. That's
Oh.
the history of this area.
Oh, you're gonna be in it.
I'm in the movie.
Oh,
And
okay.
everyone that came to those shows and from the waterfront are in the movie.
So, listen, are you planning to go to the LGBTQ parade?
I'm going to be too busy to go to the parade because I usually work. I usually work on Pride. I'm with the Legends of Drag of New York City. So we have, last year we were in the theater in Chelsea. We've had shows and we were at the Met Theater, the Met Art Gallery last year. So I'm with the Heritage of Pride. So whatever they are hiring me for, I'm there.
Okay. Do you have any last thought or message?
I would say for
So,
any.
what make you be into the movie? How that come about?
Okay, because I was asked to be filmed because I am Miss Simone of the West Village. I'm one of the most famous girls in the West Village. Even though I come in here every day, I am a very famous person. So I'm not just another girl, you know. And I'm not just in one bar, I'm in 6. So, you know, you know me for a lot of years. My history from Los Angeles to New York, and all the people that I've worked with over a long period of years in New York City. The girl you're looking at. Okay, so whatever they hire me for, yeah, especially if they pay me right.
Somebody gave me a gossip about you. That I heard that you are married. You have a husband.
I am married. My husband, I'm married to a very handsome black man. Okay, he's Haitian. I'm extremely happy. We live together. My husband saved me from a horrible experience
Okay.
that I don't want to go into with a horrible person that I don't want to disclose.
You sure you don't try not to disclose? That's private matter.
Oh yes, he took me away from all of that. So I'm very happy. In fact, my wedding ring.
Oh wow.
Yes, this is real. These are diamonds, both of them. This one is from my first husband. I had 4 and I sold 2 of them. This is from my husband now. So, you know, our rings are the same.
So you wanna say, what is your last message?
My last
I'm still learning how to do
message-
interviews.
Okay, my last message, because I know so many girls and I've worked with so many of them, don't take your life for granted. Don't let other people put you in a box and define you. You have to make your own way. You are who you believe you are and not who others believe you are. Also, I met a lot of celebrities, I met a lot of movie stars, and they all have the same personality that I do. When I was with Cuban Gooding Jr. and his wife, She was very nice. I was with Susan Sarandon. I was.
Can
with
you
a lot of
mention
famous
you mentioned
people.
this famous people that have you met in person?
Oh my God!
Mention just a
Carson
few,
Daly.
all of them.
I met a
RuPaul. Let's
lot
start with
of
RuPaul. Did you meet RuPaul in
Yes,
person?
I did meet RuPaul, and we did not get along at all. In fact, I met RuPaul in and out of drag. And so RuPaul is a lot nicer in drag. Out of drag, RuPaul is very easily intimidated, especially by transgenders and people like that. Because don't forget, RuPaul is what we really love about RuPaul is RuPaul was a model also. RuPaul was the very first drag queen that actually looked like a woman and didn't look like a clown or something like that, and that's what we fell in love with. RuPaul also was what a lot of girls wanted to be and do. They actually wanted to be real models, and they wanted to, be unclockable walking through society and stuff like that. So RuPaul filled all of that just by coming out and looking as amazing as they do, which is an inspiration for anyone. If you want to dress, you want to look nice, And in fact, I have some of his stuff at home. I even have the story, book, the story on RuPaul at home. His entire life story growing up in Sacramento, California, And me, I used to live in Los Angeles, so.
So any other famous person?
Oh my God.
Madonna?
Boy
What about
George.
Madonna?
I met Sam Smith. Sam Smith's a sweetheart. He's a real sweetheart. I met some recording groups. I remember this group called Brownstone. They had out this hit record. They were originally from Atlanta. I met them in the West Village, and so she asked me, do I think that they would ever have another hit record? And I told her yes. Of course, I was wrong on that. They didn't have another hit record. I met Queen Latifah. She's really nice. I met Queen Latifah's wife. I met a lot of famous people. I've met 50 Cent. He's really nice. The only person that I ever got a chance to meet that gave me the absolute creeps was Ice-T. I did not like him at all. He just made me nervous. He's like 6'2", tall like my husband, but his whole persona made me nervous. I had to get away from him.
And that's Miss Simone.
Me.
This was an awesome interview with Miss Simone from the village.
I'm here.
And you're gonna see her documentary or movie?
It's a movie.
It's a movie that's coming up,
It's a movie
so-
about the West Side Piers in Sheridan Square. It's about the gay scene, how it stopped in COVID and how we kept it going, because you couldn't go in bars because of COVID. You could only have like 5 to 6 people in the supermarket. You just couldn't shop. You had to be 6 feet from each other because of health reasons, and how we kept the West Village alive through the shows in Sheridan Square for, oh my God, it's got to be over 5 to 6 years now.
Thank you. We're looking forward to see that show.
Yes. I'm
Thank
very
you.
proud. They're going to have a big thing at the theater.
Thank you.
So, at the museum, excuse me. They're gonna
At the
have a big
museum,
thing at the
okay.
museum, yeah.
Thank you.